and having fun while watching the videos and completing the notes? Okay students, so let's come back to our studies. We were on chapter 6, that is weather and climate. This video is part 4. Okay students, in previous video we have discussed factors that influence the climate. Now in this video we will be discussing about climatic or heat zone on page number 36 of your textbook. Okay students, so we will watch an interesting video, then afterwards we will discuss on it. So let's start it. So students, now we will have a look on the topic, that is climatic or heat zone. We will see that on the globe of the earth कहाँ पर सबसे ज़्यादा हीट होती है और कहाँ पर हीट कम होती है और उसके रीजंस क्या हैं। जिस एरिया में ज़्यादा हीट होती है हम उस एरिया को क्या बुलाते हैं? We will have a look on this detailed explanation. But hold on students, you can also refer the diagram which is given on page number 36. Okay students, so it can give a better image. Okay students, so are my students ready? Let's have a look on this.
Climatic or heat zones. The Earth is divided into 3 climatic or heat zones. This division is based on the intensity of sunlight received by a particular place and also the rainfall. The shape of the Earth is also important. Since it is curved, the rays of the sun have to travel a greater distance and in slanting manner.
So students, from this image or from this text is same in your textbook. Okay students, on page number 36. The earth is divided into 3 climatic or heat zones. The whole earth is divided into 3 climatic or heat zones. This division is based on the intensity of the sunlight received by a particular place and also the rainfall. ये division किस basis पर हुआ है? This division is based on the intensity of sunlight and on rainfall. Okay. The shape of the earth is also important because the earth is in a curved shape. So some sunlight needs to travel more and some sunlight is received directly. Okay students, you can see there is a division. This green color represents one zone, this blue color represents one zone, and the green color represents the another zone. Okay students?
To reach the higher altitudes, the 3 climatic or heat zones are: number 1, the torrid zone. That is,
you can see number 1 is torrid zone, which is this yellow portion is known as torrid zone. This zone receives more sunlight. Why? Because the sun rays directly affects the equator. Near the equator there is more sunrise. Okay students? And this is known as torrid zone. Okay?
the tropical region. Number 2, the temperate zone. That is, the temperate region.
Number 2 is temperate zone. North temperate zone and south temperate zone. This region is also known as the temperate region. The torrid zone, ये वाली मैं region को क्या बोलूँगी? The tropical region. Okay students, you need to remember the names of 3 zones. Okay, torrid zone, temperate zone, and we will look to the third zone.
Number 3, the frigid zone. That is, the polar region.
You can see this highlighted part, it is known as fid zone. जो fid zone south की तरफ है, that zone will be known as south fid zone. The zone which is towards north, that zone will be known as north fid zone. Okay students?
Climatic or heat zones. Torrid zone. Location. It lies on both sides of the equator. It lies between the Tropic of Cancer in the north and the Tropic of Capricorn in the south.
So students, you need to remember where the torrid zone is there. You need to remember the location. Okay students, the location of torrid zone is between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, students?
Now, climate. The climate is hot and humid throughout the year. This is because the rays of the sun fall directly on this area. The sun shines brightly and the temperature is very high all the year round. It rains very heavily every afternoon. The area is covered with thick and dense forests. These forests.
Students, in this torrid zone, we experience very much heat because the rays of the sun falls directly on the area. Torrid zone is near to the equator, and in equator area we receive some sunlight a lot. The sun shines brightly and the temperature is very high all around the year. It rains very heavily every afternoon. In some areas it rains heavily every afternoon because the water is heated more and it becomes the cloud, and that cloud when cooled down it comes back to the earth in the form of water droplets. The area is covered with thick and dense forest. Because of rain and sunlight, we see a very forest area near the equator, or I can say around the torrid zone. These forests are known as rainforest. Because this forest receives so much of rain and they are due to rain only, this forest are known as rainforest.
Forests are known as rainforests. Temperate zone. Location. This area lies between the torrid and frigid zones in both hemispheres. That is, between the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, and Tropic of Capricorn and Arctic Circle in the...
Students, you need to remember the area in which these temperate zones are located. You need to remember, okay students? This area lies between the torrid zone and frigid zone. In those zones के बीच में जो area होगा, that area will known as temperate zone. Between the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle, and in south we have to see the Tropic of Capricorn and Arctic Circle. Here let us see Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, Tropic of Capricorn. These lines says about the circles. Okay students?
The southern hemisphere. Climate. This area is neither very hot nor very cold. This is because of its distance from the equator. The sun never shines overhead. Hence, the summers are not very hot.
Students, you need to have a look. These area is neither very hot nor very cold. The area is mild. This is because of the distance from the equator. These areas are little bit distant from the equator. Hence, the summer are not very hot, nor the winters are very cold. Most of the grasslands are found here.
Hot, nor are the winters very cold. Most of the grasslands are found here. Frigid zone. Location. This area lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and the Antarctic Circle.
Now it comes to frigid zone. Frigid zone lies between the Arctic Circle and in the North Pole in northern hemisphere, and in Antarctic Circle, South Pole, southern hemisphere. Okay students, North Pole, northern hemisphere, South Pole, southern hemisphere. Okay?
Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere. Climate. This area has an extremely cold climate. This is because the sun's rays are slanting and give very little heat. Summers are very short and cool, and winters are long.
Students, in this area we feel very cold because the sun rays reach very slant. जब तक वहाँ पहुँचती है तो जो स्लैंटिंग जो हीट होती है ना वो भी रिड्यूस हो चुकी होती है. These area had extremely cold climate. This is because the sun rays are slanting and gives very little heat. Summers are very short and colds are winters are very long and severe. Summer season तो बहुत short
Hemisphere. The seas and lands in the Arctic and Antarctic circles are frozen throughout the year. This land is famous for its midnight sun. The sun does not set for days at a stretch for 6 months. For another 6 months, the sun does not rise for days at a stretch. Very little vegetation is found here.
Students, you observed one thing. What was there? It was in fifth zone. We experienced 6 months continuous day and 6 months continuous night. You can have a look at this written here. The sun does not set for days at a stretch of 6 months. 6 months तक वहाँ पर पूरे दिन ही रहता है, रात नहीं होती है. But don't worry students, they follow the timing. For another 6 months, the sun does not rise for a day. 6 महीने तक वहाँ पर सनराइज होता ही नहीं है. At a stretch, very little vegetation is found there. Very little vegetation is found there. That means we rarely found any farming or any trees or planted over there. So students, here we complete the discussion of chapter 6. Okay students, weather and climate. But hold on, we will discuss an exercise which will help us to solve the back exercise of this textbook. So here we are. Joyful games. Now we will play a game. Oh, it's 2020 match. Let's start it. Okay, let's start it. Okay, should I play the button start? Yes. Over 1. Okay, let's give the answer fast. Our ways of life is influenced by the air, humidity, climate and wind. Climate. Places near the equator receive the dash rays of the sun. Slanting, dim, direct or morning. Direct. Very good. Rains have their source in dash. Wind, snow, hail, none of this. Yes, wind. Wow, students, very good. Places near the sea coast get dash rain. Less, more, no, none of this. Places near the sea coast, जहाँ पर पानी ज़्यादा हो वहाँ पर बारिश भी ज़्यादा होगी. Now last point. Places that are very cold experience. जो place बहुत ठंडी है, what they will experience? Waterfall, hail, snowfalls or rainfalls? Snowfall instead of rainfalls. So students, we scored 30. Yay! We won the match. So students, here we complete the discussion of worksheet as well as we have completed our chapter 6. So I will be sending you the notes and you will be copying in your notebooks. And students, remember, notebook have marks. You need to learn and you need to copy the notes in the notebook. That's all for today students. Bye. Take care.